Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Game Newz. I am your host, the infamous Serratimus Knuckle the Low Life, aka Smokey the Bear, aka none other than the great motherfucking Ike Turner. Check it out. We talking combat sports. First of all, in boxing, Amir Khan made his return after 2 years from the ring after Canelo Alvarez slapped his motherfucking ass into oblivion. He fought a nobody. Not really worth mentioning his name. You know what I'm saying? He fought a nobody, and Amir Khan knocked him out within the first 15 seconds of the fight. So, he jumping up and down all ferocious like he doing something, but he ain't fought nobody. And anybody he do fight, he go to sleep. So, Adrian Broner and Jesse Vargas fought at the Barclays. You know what I'm saying? They met at 144 pounds. It was a real good scrap, man. You know what I'm saying? According to the judges, they ended up scrapping to a motherfucking majority draw. Both fighters, showed and proved themselves. So it was a real good fight. Now we're gonna jump over to Charo, Jamel Charo, one of the twins, man. That fought, whichever one fights at 160. Completely destroyed his opponent. Made himself a mandatory challenger for Triple G, in which he's long and hey man, he has a chance in there. He doesn't have the skill. The experience that Triple G has, but you know what I'm saying. Nevertheless, he's a game opponent. I don't think he's ever fought anybody like Triple G, but I for some reason I think Charles will give him a real big problem because he's long, he's athletic. His skill set is he has a very good skill set. So, jump over to the UFC, in which they fought in New Jersey last night. The co-main event was Frankie Edgar versus Cub Swanson. The second time around, Frankie Edgar completely dominated the fight. I think he was just too quick for Cub. Cub couldn't get set. He kept trying to counterpunch, but Frankie was hitting him and getting out of there. You know what I mean? In the main event, you had Kevin Lee versus Edson Barbosa. Kevin the Phenom, the Motown Phenom Lee versus Edson Jr. Barbosa at 155. Lee completely dominated the first 2 rounds, put Barbosa up against the fence, ground and pound, took him down, beat him up real bad. Third round, Barbosa had a spinning heel kick. Hey man, kicked Kevin Lee and had him on the noodles. You know what I'm saying? Had him on the noodle legs, but he couldn't finish him. And it went to the 5th round. Kevin Lee opened up Barbosa's eye, and at the advice of the doctors, they went on ahead and stopped the fight. It was a good fight, man. Kevin Lee really did dominate that fight, man. Of course, he called out Khabib, however you say Cub's name, the 155-pound champion, who isn't really the champion. Conor McGregor is, but they stripped Conor McGregor due to him not fighting since 2016 in the octagon. And it was Tony Ferguson was the interim champion. Well, him and Khabib, when Khabib was the number 1 contender, was supposed to fight. They were supposed to fight on a number of occasions. Tony Ferguson pulled out. So they tried to get Anthony Pettis to fight Khabib. He couldn't make weight. Max Holloway said he would come up from featherweight to lightweight and he would challenge, but he wasn't medically cleared. So Khabib fought a no-name, which I gave y'all that in the last episode, and he became the champion. So Kevin Lee, ranked number 5, lightweight, UFC, called out Khabib. Well, you know, neither one of them could beat Conor. I don't believe at all. I still think Conor's too big for that division. You know what I mean? And what fear would he have? You know what I mean? Remember, health is wealth. That's the greatest information that I could pass along to you. This is all brought to you by Melanated Merchandise, you dig? Holla at the Dirtbag. And man, you know what I'm saying? I really, really would like to thank y'all for joining me. Here's Scrap Game Newz. Had a nice little dinner with the family, my daughters, and you know, we had a few drinks, and you know, and now of course I'm continuing, you know, my drinking and my 420. So listening to my man Howlin' Wolf, you dig? That's where I got that name at, you know what I'm saying, the Big Bad Wolf, man. I stole it from Howlin' Wolf, you dig? But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I am your host, none other than the infamous Ceratimus Knuckle, the lowlife, you dig? AKA Smokey the Bear. AKA none other than the great motherfucking Ike Turner. AKA Stole Like a White Boy. AKA Big Bad Wolf. Alright, love, peace, and hair grease. Get at you.